Hey everybody, it's Lori. I am back as promised to do a flip through of a mini album that I just finished that took me a ridiculously long time to finish. I actually started working on this album for my parents over a year ago. And I have had a few people ask me why I don't do mini albums anymore and tell me that they miss seeing them. So I think I just burned myself out on making them because I used to make so many of them. So for those of you that were asking about it, take a good close look because it's going to be the last one you see for a while. So this one, like I said, is for my parents, and it is for a trip that they took to New Orleans. And I was not able to find any New Orleans themed paper anywhere from any of the paper companies. But I was able to find some really pretty kits that were New Orleans themed from some Etsy sellers. So I will, if I can find the links, put them below in the description box just in case anybody else is interested. This album is, I think it's an 8x8, if I'm remembering correctly. It's been a while since I actually put it together. And I would say it looks like it's probably about a 2.5-inch spine. And as you can see, I've got the wraparound piece on the cover. I've got a little bottle cap charm, excuse me, here that I made. A long time ago, I had bought some bottle cap digital printables from an Etsy seller. And I actually had this Mardi Gras one laying around for a long time, and I thought it was perfect for the album, so I stuck that on there. These two pieces are actually stickers that I got at Hobby Lobby, and I just put them on chipboard so they're dimensional. And then the 2014 date for the year, some paper flowers and some bling. And then on the spine, I've got just some trim here with some rhinestones, and then some lace here on top of that. I don't know how good the lighting is, but I'm going to try anyway. I don't have my normal 2 lights up. I'm just using one. So it might be a little bit dark. Okay, and then for the closure, I just have a couple of eyelets set in the wraparound piece, and I have some ribbon here that I fed through those and fed through the top cover here. And it's kind of a long album here, and I do have pictures in it, but I don't think my parents will care if I share them or not. Boy, this sucker weighs a lot once you get the pictures in it. So here we go. Here's another sticker here mounted on some chipboard, and then throughout the album I do have some other little New Orleans themed stickers that I've put on the pages. And for the printables here, anything that's an image either came from me just Googling New Orleans images, or postcards, actually, that a friend of mine who goes to New Orleans quite regularly, I had her pick some up for me, and she picked really pretty ones, and I put them throughout the album. Like this one here, for example, is a postcard. And then this here, I just made a pocket so I can stick some little brochures that they had from their trip. And then I also have some embellishments from stickers that I had for a long time in my stash. And when I think about New Orleans, I just think very colorful, anything goes, almost gaudy. And so that's kind of what I did with this album. I just threw everything at it. So here we go. This here is just a waterfall flip. Here, let me... Sorry, moving around here on you guys. There's my mom and dad. One thing I was kind of irritated with, I ordered some prints from a phone app that was offering free prints for the first year for anybody that used the app to order pictures. All you had to do was pay for shipping. So I got all these pictures. I got like 100 and some pictures for $9 or something. But they come printed on really kind of flimsy paper. They're good quality pictures as far as the resolution, but it's very thin paper. And so I had glued the pictures down like I normally do in my mini albums. And then what happened was the glue buckled up some of the pictures, and that's what happened in this section here. So to salvage what I could, I pulled them off the mounting that I had, the mats that I had, and reattached them with adhesive tape, the double-sided tape. Excuse me, boy. And so some of them are still a little bit bubbled up, but like these ones here and then some ones on the next page, I ended up having to have a few of them reprinted because once I pulled them off the photo mats, it just ripped everything. So yeah, I was kind of disgusted with that. Here I've just made a couple little booklets with some images that I found and then some of their pictures. Here's another one of those really pretty postcards. This postcard got a little bit crinkled because this is one of the things I had to, this little booklet was one of the things I had to redo because the pictures bubbled up on me. I used some really gaudy trim too. And then here instead of magnets, I used no magnets in this album at all. And I just used some clear Velcro here and attached to some ribbon, and I'm just using that to hold down these flaps. And this is supposedly Marie Laveau. I'm not really sure if that's really what she looked like or not, but she does in this album. Okay, and another ribbon here with a flower. This picture of my mom with these dudes, this just is hilarious. This makes me laugh. I think I need to blow this one up and put it in a frame. Come on. And this is some pictures here of their tour of the swamp down there. My dad loved the swamp. He would fit right in giving tours and talking about all the alligators and swamp life. This is another gorgeous postcard here. Just a flip up. Another little waterfall here. You can find the most colorful, beautiful images, artwork of New Orleans online. And I also have just a few little journaling spots in various places in the album. I don't know, my mom and dad aren't real good about journaling about what they saw, but I keep sticking them in there in the hopes that they actually will use them before they forget where they were and what they were doing. Okay. This is kind of a little side flip waterfall here. And then a postcard made a little pocket out of that with a journaling spot in there. Okay, and a little side pocket with a postcard and another little booklet here. I love this paper. Any of the pattern paper is what came from the Etsy sellers. I think there were 3 people that I purchased from, 3 sellers. Just another little journaling spot here, a little pocket. I probably should have put another ribbon here to hold these flaps down, but they don't seem to flop around too terribly much, so I figured they could journal on these 2 spots right here about where they were, because they were at the Mardi Gras warehouse where they make the floats for the parades for Mardi Gras. This flips up and then flips down. I was actually supposed to go on this trip with my mom, but I haven't been doing a lot of traveling the last couple of years because I've got an older kitty cat that has some health problems, and he's the type of cat that only likes me. So I just don't feel comfortable with taking off and leaving him behind, because if he got really sick while I was gone, I would never forgive myself. So my dad went in my place, and he really did enjoy it. Another journaling card here. So I was glad that he was able to take my spot and that he had a good time. Another little journal card here. And then this one flips up like that. Kind of an accordion type of thing. Another really pretty postcard. And then this here is just an extra little pocket that I made using a mailing envelope that I cut down to size to stick extra pictures in. As you can see, there's a ton of them. There would have been no way that I could have put them all in fancy flips and stuff like that. So they can just pull those out and flip through what isn't already in the album. And that is it. So I hope you guys like it, and thank you very much for taking the time to watch, and I will catch you later.